Hey y'all, Will here, otherwise Xelray, and today we're going to be going over some helpful hints for any new players coming into Once Human in their closed beta test. There's a few things that I learned that I wish I knew earlier, and I hope that you can learn from those too as I go through them, and you have a better mid-game experience by knowing what to do in the early game and making it easier on yourself. So, without further ado, here we go. Number 1. Dried meat. This is a 3-step process. First, you got to get salt. That means you got to go to the ocean, bottle up water from the ocean, and then go to a stove in your base, cook said water, get salt out of it, and then you need to create a drying rack. And that drying rack you can put meat on from local wildlife. And there you go. You have dried meat. This is preserved. It stays good, unlike every other food source outside of canned foods and fruits that you get from login tasks. So while those are great, if you don't have a staple to sustain off of, you're going to get thin, lose weight, and lose buffs that are super nice for your character. You don't want to lose those buffs, so you got to stay yoked. You got to keep your mass on. There is a stipulation though. You cannot do this day one. You got to wait until the server progresses to the second step. At least that's how it was in the closed beta test too. And then you can unlock the drying rack, which is a huge thing. And that's the first thing you should get when you can unlock it. It is a major aid to your character. Number 2, vehicle fuel. Now, you get a bike in this game. You get a truck in this game. You need gas to get to A to B. And if you are in middle of that journey and run out of gas, you're boned. You have to go on foot, unless you know where to look. And where you need to look is in broken down vehicles. You can go up to any broken car, almost any, and get vehicle fuel out of it. And just have a good supply and you're good to go. That's as simple as it is. You need to find rusted looking cars on the street, sometimes parking lots, and take the fuel out of them. It's simple, it's pretty logical, yet you don't think that's where you're going to find it. So instead of running around for hours trying to find fuel, now you guys know. Number 3, the crossbow. You can get the crossbow early on, however at the same time you have access to basic guns. I would say stick with the crossbow for one simple fact. You can go to whatever you shoot, as long as you have hit a target, and get your bolts back, which means you are not wasting time making ammo. And this not only goes for the basic ammo, but for the higher grades of ammo like copper bolts or iron bolts, steel bolts I think they are. Now, around that time you should be able to maintain your ammo stock with your other guns, but the crossbow is just a simple way to not waste any ammunition and run around the map, casually do what you need to do, and not be in a pinch. You can carry 2 weapons and a melee weapon. You can keep a backup of a nice weapon if you get into trouble. But the crossbow, early game, mid game, is a blessing to you. You do not have to worry about a finite resource such as ammunition, and you can go crazy. It's a huge help. Number 4, we got daily quests. Every main hub location will have a merchant of some sort, a trader that you can go to and pick up 6 daily quests. And it might be more you can pick up if you finish those. And you should do these because they offer great rewards and a lot of experience, and you can go between multiple locations and get these daily quests done. It's not like you just go to the first location and you're done for the day. You can go to multiple spots and get multiple quests. So if you're not sure where you want to go, or you just need some more time leveling and getting nice materials or money, that's the thing to do. Daily quests. Do not forget about them. They're a huge help. And I can't state enough how good those quests are for your character's progression. So please, when you find that NPC in the town, talk to them, pick them up, do your best to try to get them done. If you don't like one, don't do it, it's fine. But if you can get more done, do as many as you can. Number 5. Now, I don't know if this will be the same from the old closed beta test too. However, Deviations were passive entities that could be stored in your base or your hive base that you could instill good behavior by giving them the things that they enjoyed in their environment around them. This was very difficult for a lot of people to understand. And one of the hardest things people couldn't figure out was, say, the biogel, which was a very early on deviant that you were able to obtain, but it was notorious for being unhappy. They disliked so many things and only liked very few things. I'm pretty sure off memory, it was blue light they enjoyed, mechanical sounds. No, I don't even think they liked mechanical sounds. That was the only sound that was neutral to them that they didn't dislike. And they liked hot temperatures, maybe warm temperatures. And that's it. Anything else was neutral or they hated it, and they would get up and go. They did not want to stick around. If new deviants are going to be acting like that, especially these more active deviants that you can take around the world with you or have as a companion in your base, you want to make sure that they're happy and not going to be upset, which might affect how well they work. Now, while I could talk about more things in the game that could potentially be beneficial, I think if you wanted to pinpoint 5 things in the game, those would be the most useful for any new character. A lot of the stuff you learn later in the game is very self-explanatory. The only thing I can maybe make a suggestion towards as another honorable mention is how the main quests work, but I don't want to get into spoilers right now. However, just make sure you fully explore the map as best as you can, and you should run into no issues with any of the story quests. That's where I'm going to leave that. So this was a little bit of a longer video for me. We're already at 7 minutes. If you stuck around this far, I damn appreciate you. You've done the unthinkable. But thank you for watching, and I will continue putting out content, hopefully daily, a short blurb about something to help people out, or talk about something that I think would be good to have a discussion on about Once Human, definitely through the closed beta as much as I can. So I might see you out in the game, and if not, catch you later.